Hello, how are you? Well, it's a moist day out. The temperature, though, is 49, and the humidity is 89%, and the wind, although not right here, right now, is 13 miles an hour. So there's been some pretty decent wind. The headlines today sort of follow the course. Each day we have a coarser message that comes from the West Wing and from the puppies that follow their curs leadership on various things. And so a fair question as the talking heads are launched today is, who leads? Who's the spokesperson for the Democrats? And Minority Leader Jeffries in the House made a pretty terrific, no-holds-barred statement today, attacking the Republicans for basically switching, bait and switch. You know, we're going to take care of you in this way, and then they make it more difficult. Again, I'm not religious, but Luke said that Jesus cursed the lawyer who would put a burden on others and not lift a finger to lighten the load. Well, how about this burden? This is amazing. The one example of it is that there's talk today about how Trump wants to cut Medicaid severely. And out my way, we have a number of vets in advanced age who are on Medicaid, and this is critically important to them. That a nation could become heartless not just to the strangers, violating that notion that a stranger is someone you make welcome at home. And that's not the position we've taken. We've, at least by Trump, what we've done is we've attacked them as if they're all criminals. And that if you see a person who's not white, oh, they must have done something wrong. Well, in terms of leadership, let's dial that back a little bit. The Democrats, and I've been one of the ones critical, a lot of people have been critical, I'm sure you're critical, of where are they? And the notion that they could be patient and wait until Trump tripped, each of these acts that he's doing is a heinous act against the fair and fundamentally fair process, against those who can help those who don't have the ability to be clothed and to receive medical attention, to be free of hunger. These are some of the basic concerns by which we measure a civilization, and we're not doing that. It's outrageous, and we don't have someone out there to stand up for, well, don't slash Medicaid. Think of the vets. How do you expect the nation to be secure when a person who thinks about joining the armed forces sees that the benefits are not there? And through history, governments have done badly in America and elsewhere for those who come back from war or police actions, as they're called in these days and times. So there's that. And Don Beyer gave an interview today. He's a congressman from Alexandria. I've known him since I was involved in my first days in politics in Virginia. He's always wanted to serve the public, and he's done what he could with funds and by adding his voice. And he's since been an ambassador, and now he's a congressman representing Alexandria and points around there. And he's saying, we don't have one yet, and we need one. And he's right. Don Beyer, I would say, is liberal. I hope he doesn't take offense at that. He's been enlightened. He's been important on all the issues. But he's saying we need someone to stand out there when the lights go on to say, what do you think about this? Jeffries has the ability. Ages ago now, Ari Melber had a get-together, and Jeffries was one of the speakers, and I was part of a panel as well as were others, talking about impeachment. And Jeffries was measured but forceful, reassuring, and he would make a good spokesperson. And today, perhaps is his maiden voyage testing out the waters to see if he's that one. But Don Beyer is absolutely right. Until Congress starts pushing back, where are we? We're nowhere. So there's that. And as we speak, is that a crow? Hopefully coming for Trump and company. The Justice Department, so-called, is daily becoming the get even, knock you down, inside grifters, need apply because we'll help you out, and ordinary justice, good feeling among men and women, trust, gone. When you can threaten members of the public integrity section with the loss of jobs if they won't file a motion to dismiss a case against the mayor of New York, you have reached the outer bounds, not just of ethics, but of criminal law, because you are trying to file a false statement, a pleading in the court asking the judge to dismiss a case when you know very well it's a good and serious case and there's no reason that's accepted at law to do that. So that's pretty much of a concern. Looking at the Middle East, actually looking at Ukraine, we have a situation, we always have a situation in the Middle East, I guess, but in Ukraine we've seen Trump talk to Putin, is serving as his puppet, if you will. Trump has attacked NATO. Trump has been cool and denied that Ukraine should be admitted to NATO for its own protection and for NATO's protection, in my opinion. And I think other nation states agree. So Trump sits down with Putin to negotiate with him a peace in Ukraine that necessarily involves letting Russia keep wherever it stands today, whether it be Crimea or other places in the battle zone, and does this conversation without Zelensky being present. Now, in my private practice, like many others, in and out of law, there is a way to do a mediation in which a trusted person, and that's not Trump, goes to one side and says, "What do you want?" Then that trusted person, again not Trump, goes to the other side, Zelensky, and says, "What do you want?" And then you try to find the overlap of agreement and see if that's enough. One critical item of this situation is that Zelensky should be giving up the territory that Putin invaded and sought to make his own. To admit to that is to admit to an international policy that if you take it, it's yours, and that's wrong. We can't have that as a policy. A good example of Trump not knowing what end is up and what's necessary and what's right is that first they fired our nuclear experts and then realized they should unfire them. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with these people? They'd be so unprepared. And rare do you get a person like Elon Musk who not only says he's doing these things, but says, and I may make some mistakes. I'd consider that one involving our skilled set of nuclear engineers one of those things, you know. There are some other things kicking around. One of them I get a kick out of is the night agent on a TV show, the actor, Basso, I think is his name, B-A-S-S-O, I'm pretty sure that's right. And I find the show entertaining. And he's saying something that's interesting. And it is that if as an actor who's told to stand here and speak this line and do the other thing, and that from that you gather some fame, perhaps you should be careful about thinking that your fame entitles you to have expression about political goings-on and to lead. And I think that's one of the reasons why some actors choose matters that, with their new found funds, enable them to make a difference, but does not put them in a political frame of reference. Like Brad Pitt years ago helped in New Orleans with places to stay after they were struck with terrible storms and people were rendered homeless and unsafe. So I don't know that I have strong feelings about it, but I can say that an actor that I enjoy translating him or herself into different roles, when I know their real world politics, it pushes me away from them. If I disagree with them, and then there's a part of me that I guess it works in the sense that I like the affirmation of something that I agree with. But good acting is to suspend our disbelief and to enter that place where the fiction is the reality and you enjoy the contemplation, philosophical, entertaining, real, imagined, whatever it is. And so I think Mr. Basso makes a good point about it, and I enjoy his acting, so we'll see. Although he did play that role, well, I won't go into it. It doesn't matter. It's okay. What are we to do? Keep the pressure up. Do 5 calls, contribute funds to people in the Google groups, ACLU and labor and other places to keep the fight going on our side. Weigh in on who you think is speaking in a leadership capacity that can help bring us together in a coalition against he who would be a dictator. So that's what I got from walking amidst my cathedral of trees. So have a good day. Hope it's at least as warm as it is here now. And it will rain soon, so I'm going to get to it. Bye-bye.